The journey with the E36 had been, I would say, a very rich one. Rich because obviously it gave me a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge learning the platform. And not only that, it had set the motion for all of my other, I guess, tuning dreams moving forward. I'm Macky Katigbak and I drive an E36 M3. The E36, as a matter of speaking, is one of those models which I guess don't get enough love, I guess, from the BMW community, for the simple reason that it's everywhere, no? It's not expensive, nor is it something that would entail, I guess, boatloads of money to buy one, because in reality, you don't need much to own one. But obviously, that being said, that's where, for me, the attraction started. And in terms of having an M car, you'd have people who were obviously diehard fans of the E30s, and obviously the E46, because I would say that would be one of the most beautiful M cars, modern M cars at the moment. But really, the heart and soul of the E36 is really in the way it drives, in all honesty. And specifically for the M3, I feel like they have really put a lot of work into it as far as the engineering is concerned, the R&D around the engine and suspension and transmission, which I feel had set the wheels in motion for how people understand M cars. What are the things that you look for in it? It's how the engine makes you move. It's how the crispiness of the transmission. It's how you could dive into corners at such great speed and obviously stop on a dime. In another sense, there's also the ability for you to tune it. And really, that's where part of the fun is in making the car yours. My E36, I would say, had gone through a transformation process because everything about it is to my tastes. From the way I had tuned the engine, from the way the suspension had been done, obviously the BBS LM specifically, in that color finish in gold, was the one for me because it took me quite a while to find one. Locally, it wasn't sold. So I had to scour marketplaces in the US, in Japan, obviously other available resources. And as luck would have it, a client from Japan was able to tell me, hey, I think I have the set of wheels that you're looking for because I have a guy who actually stores these kinds of old wheels. I'm saying, perfect, here's exactly the number that I needed. And as the luck of the draw would have it, he had exactly the same wheels that I was looking for in exactly the same size. And it was gold, but it was in absolute shit condition. Obviously, I had to put it through the paces, make it properly done, repaint it, refurbish it, rebarrel everything with new bolts. And these are the wheels as you see it. And obviously, it looks good, but obviously it has to stop just as fast. Which is why I also went through the extra effort to find, I guess, the right brakes for it. The way it drives is just amazing. I'm getting the velocity, I'm getting the acceleration, I'm getting the speed that I want out of it. But enough to actually keep up with the more modern stuff. Once in a while, it's nice to bring an older car to play with the newer, faster ones. And in this case, I can say that, and my friends can attest to it, that this thing can actually keep up with them. I guess really when you talk about a car that's almost 30 years old, you really have to put in a little more TLC than usual. You know, you're not talking about just changing out oils and fluids. You're really going deep. You're changing bushings, you're changing bearings. If you could do it in cycles of 2-3 years, just to make sure that everything is okay, you should be good. Put in enough love into it and it gives love so much more back to you. And really that's for me what the essence about owning this E36 specifically would do for me. It's a relationship out of time, it's a relationship out of, I guess, trust, no? that you trust yourself to be able to make her perform at a certain level, and obviously she gives that back, right? And really, I think that's what it's all about in terms of like driving an older car. There's more commitment to it, and really, it pays itself back in stride and so much more. So to me, I think this is something that I would consider to be a forever car, because I feel like my soul is directly attached to this car. So much love had been put into it, so much time had been put into it. So many people who I've grown to be friends with know me for having this car. And there's no way I'll be parting with it, ever.